Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Clash. My name is Andy. Now, we are pretty close to finishing Townhall 4. I haven't done as many videos on Townhall 4 because fundamentally it's just a little bit of a churn at Townhall 4. And to be honest, I haven't actually had to do too many attacks because the way the bonus system works early on in the games, you actually get quite a lot of loot. And I've still got, $250,000 and $350,000 of golden elixir respectively, and not a lot to spend it on. So I've finished the walls. If you go down into the lab and click research, I've done all the upgrades of the troops. Now these are the two things I would say, not most, but a lot of people neglect, and they think they're ready to move up to the next level of Town Hall, but actually they've still got, lower leveled walls and they haven't done all their upgrades. In my opinion, you are ready to move up to the next level, next level of Town Hall when you've done all the troop upgrades in the lab, spell upgrades in the lab when you get those, all the buildings, or all the walls. Until that point, I don't think you should really move up a level. Because if you move up early, it becomes harder to get loot from any bases that are below you. So if you stay at a lower level town hall for as long as possible, you find it's a lot easier to get the loot. So that's really worth remembering. In terms of the rest of the base, we have cleared quite a lot of the trees and objects and things like that. This is something that's around at the moment, which is the anniversary cake. You spend 8,000 to get that and you get 80,000 gold back. So they're really good just to have in as a backup for when you need it. I don't need any gold or elixir at the moment. I can't spend it quick enough at the moment, which is quite nice. But in terms of where I'm at on this base, I've got these 3 elixir collectors that I'm upgrading at the moment. And then I'll go straight through into the town hall because everything else is done. So this is kind of my last episode on Townhall 4, and fundamentally my tips and tricks for this level are exactly the same as for Townhall 3. You want to just make sure that you are covering as much of your upgrades as possible, and just work your way through them. It's a little bit of a churn game at this point in Clash of Clans. And I think this is why they've introduced the builder base and the other sort of types of gameplay, just to keep it fresh. But I really enjoy just the sort of the process of getting some loot, which is mainly from attacking, but also from the mines and the pumps, and getting the bonuses into your treasury, and then just getting those upgrades going. So, it's quite good. But fundamentally, just, look at where you are in the game as well. So you're going to be limited by how much you can store of each of the golden elixir, and later on dark elixir. So keep an eye on your gold storages and things like that. Are they getting full a lot? Because if they get full, you can't take on any more loot. And if you attack a base that has, say, 100,000 of both, which does happen at this point in the game, but you've only got space for another 20,000, you're just wasting 80,000. So I would, it's always good to prioritize your defensive buildings if you're worried about losing a lot of loot. But fundamentally, at this point in the game, you're going to get the shields, so you're not going to get attacked too much. So I wouldn't worry too much. I would just concentrate on just working your way through all the buildings. As always, I like to start with the army camps and the barracks. That gives you better attacking forces. So get those done first. If and this sort of advice goes for every level in the game, really. The laboratory is always worth upgrading as soon as you can, and getting it at this point in the game. So get the lab going and get the barracks and the army camps done. That's always the priority, in my opinion. Then have a look and see how you're doing with your loot. Are you wasting loot? If you are, then get those storages upgraded as soon as you can, and get the pumps and the mines upgraded. And yeah, if you're worried about losing a lot of levels by being attacked a lot and losing, then yeah, you get the defensive buildings upgraded. But fundamentally, it's never a massive priority to me. It depends, a bit of personal preference there. But yeah, so let's have a quick look and see what we're doing. So we've got nice and tidy, we've got 10. 25 mortars is 5, and down here another 10. So that's gone pretty well. So this is kind of just a quick update video. I'm not going to bother doing an attack now because I've got a ton of loot, and I'm going to do some of the single player maps in a bit. So if you're interested in keeping an eye on the single player side of the game, please subscribe, because I've got both the Archer Queen Versus as a side series, and then I've also doing a bunch of levels at each part of Clash of Clans as I go up. And it'd be really great to have you along, and feel free to ask me questions. So let's leave it there. Hope you've had a good time. Let's do a little screenshot for the old YouTube, and hope you're enjoying Clash of Clans, and hope to see you soon. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye bye.